Hi guys, how's it going? My name's Lena and this is my garden. Today is June 10th, 2022. It's been raining all day today and yesterday. As a matter of fact, it's been quite a rainy spring for us here in Zone 8 in the Pacific Northwest region of Washington State, which is not uncommon, I guess, because we're so close to the ocean. But it's already June and I really hope that the sun would come out soon. Anyway, how's the weather been for you all where you are, and how's your garden looking? My garden is looking super lush and everything is growing really nicely. I haven't had to water at all this year because of all this rain, which is kind of good. But what's bad about that is I get stuck inside a lot of times, and yeah, I'm thankful for my patio, my roofed patio that still allows me to sit out here and kind of be amongst my garden, which is great. I've been cheering myself up with some of the beautiful blooms that I have in the garden, and I thought I'd share that with everyone here, hoping that, like these beautiful flowers will cheer us all up. So let's go around and take a look at some of the things that are blooming right now for me. Let's start with this corner. This is one of my favorite corners in the garden. To the left, in the foreground there, we have Cape Harris magnolia tree, and in the background to the right is a Japanese dappled willow. And in the middle here, I have a white rose called Destimona growing in between the Spanish lavender, or sometimes they're called French lavender, or sometimes Brecht lavender. They have many names, but they've got this beautiful violet blue flower heads, and on top they have white bracts, or sometimes I like to call them rabbit's ears because that's what they remind me of. Very, very beautiful, unique looking flowers, and the bees absolutely love these flowers. They make great container plants because they're drought tolerant and they tolerate poor soil as well. Now let's take a look at Destimona. Destimona is an exceptionally beautiful rose in my opinion. It's got this pinkish, kind of like peachy pink buds that open up to this beautiful chalice shaped flowers. And the flowers have like pinkish hue to them. I'm not sure if you can see from the video, but some of the flowers are pure white and some of the flowers have pinkish hues. So with this rose, you never really know what you're gonna get. It's a surprise every time a bud opens up. Take a look at that beautiful cup-shaped flower. So this is a medium-sized shrub that's gonna grow to about 4 feet tall and 3 feet wide. And the flower size are also medium. According to David Austin's website, the petal count of Destimona is 52 petals. One of the good things about that is that when it rains, it's not going to get very heavy, and it's going to be able to support itself, like what we could see here. I'm going to take you to look around my garden to see some other roses that have really huge flowers that are looking a little floppy right now because, like it's been raining quite a bit. But look at this section. Like I really love coming out here in late spring to take a look at this corner. Okay, let's move on to this area here. This is a direct view out of my kitchen windows, and right here I have Olivia Rose Austin, which is this soft pink rose that we're looking at here. And as you can see, like the branches are a little droopy, weighed down by all the rain. It's got very large flowers. According to their website, the petal count of Olivia Rose Austin is 90 petals. So after the rain, it gets really heavy, and so this is what you'll get. But it's still a very beautiful rose, if you ask me. And this is one of the first bloomers in my garden. Next to it is Princess Alexandra of Kent. And this is a very bright pink, very beautiful rose that is also strong and healthy. Princess Alexandra of Kent is considered to be a large rose shrub that can grow as tall as 5 feet tall and 4 feet wide. And according to their website, the petal count is 130 petals. So it's a very, very large size blooms. Really a very stunning rose. Now, well, since we're on the topic of roses, I gotta show you this one rose. So this is Knockout Rose. I'm not sure of the variety's name, but it's got this really vibrant, very bright pink color. It's kind of semi-double. Flowers are not very big, but one of the best things about knockout roses is that it has really beautiful form and shape, and the stems are strong. They're able to like stay up straight. So they're really a good rose to have in the garden. And I placed that in front of my Japanese dappled willows, and I think they look really great together. Now in these turtle-shaped containers, I have annual dahlias. This is a pink dahlia, a variety called Labella Medio Fun Pink Blush Dahlia, or Dahlia. It's a very long name, but look at that really sweet romantic pinks on these flowers. And not all flowers will look the same. Some will have like lighter pinks and some will have brighter pinks. Just absolutely gorgeous. And I placed this container right in front of my Spanish lavender also. This is a purple variety. I love lavender. I absolutely love him. And in my yard, you will see a repetition of lavender, catmint, a variety called Walker's Low. So Walker's Low, catmint, Spanish lavender or French lavender, and salvias. I have them almost in every corner. Like this area, for example. So this is along my driveway. You know that patch of grass that never really does anything, and that's on everybody's driveway. So last year I decided to just dig that whole area up and planted something that the bees and butterflies will love. So I call this area Pollinator's Paradise. And right here we have pink mist pin cushion at the very front. It's got this really soft pink delicate blooms, and then next to it is penstemon. And then right here we have pink salvias and more lavender and mostly lavender and salvias in this section. I planted some tulips and some daffodils just to get some spring color, like early spring color going. And as you can see, like my theme here is pinks and purples. So a lot of the things here are those two colors. Just look at how like these bees are having such a good time. I wish you could hear them just buzzing about. Back there, that beautiful purple flowers are delphiniums. Bees love them as well, but not when the lavender are in bloom. Nothing beats lavender, I don't think. And so this is on the other side of my driveway. So I frame my driveway with kind of the same flowers, not exactly identical, but similar. So again, lavender, catmint, and salvias are my staples, are my base plants. And then I would put my viola or louisia or penstemons as like accents. I place my pollinator paradise in the front yard because of my dogs, really. Like I have a German Shepherd that just doesn't do well at all with the bees. And so front yard is the best. Now let's come back to the backyard. So this is the area that I'm sitting in the beginning of the video. So this is my patio. Right here I have fuchsia, a variety called Soila, right here, but it's a temporary spot for it. My patio is super sunny and fuchsia likes shade. This is purple bell heather that I just planted last week in this container, so it's still got some time to fill up the space. And then I have again Walker's Low catmint. Catmint will grow anywhere, in container, in ground, and they're pretty well behaved, unlike regular mint that will just grow really rampant. Catmint's not the case. Back here I have a white rose. This is a variety called Shirley's Bouquet. And on the other side of my patio, I generally have the same flowers. So this is pink heather, the summer blooming variety. This is a variety called C.D. Eason. And this is, again, a Shirley's Bouquet white rose that's about to be in bloom soon. And then Walker's Low catmint and some annual geraniums that I propagated and I overwintered from last year. That little evergreen shrub right there is Victoria, California lilac. It's not in bloom yet, but it's about to. And when it is in bloom, oh my goodness, what a sight. Bees absolutely love these guys. Now, right across from where I'm sitting, I look directly onto this section where I grow some hardy geraniums that are blooming right now. It's such a delicate purple flower with like little veins going down the middle. It's so attractive when in bloom. I wish these guys would bloom all season long, but the flowers last only a couple of weeks and then that's it. Unlike the plant next to it, this is Wallflower. They bloom for such a long time. They've been blooming for me since winter, believe it or not. And that red dahlia there is this is a variety called Dahlia Vampire, and it's an annual dahlia. I really love looking at this section from my patio. It's lovely. And in the foreground, I have blood-good Japanese maple tree, which is beautiful. Now let's move on to another corner of my yard where I grow Bee's Jubilee Clematis. Now this plant didn't bloom for me at all last year, so I didn't get to see the flowers. But this year, it's kind of blooming its heart out. For a second year's plant, I'm really impressed. The flowers are huge. They can measure up to easily 5 to 6 inches across. So in this section, I have 2 plants growing on the same trellis, and I hope that in a couple of years' time, they will fill up the space and looking gorgeous. Speaking of big blooms, I really have to show you my little peony bush that I planted here 2 years ago. They didn't bloom last year. It was all leaves, and I had thought that I maybe planted them too deep, but I decided to not dig it up and give it another year. And this year, look at it. It's gorgeous. The blooms are huge, as large as the clematis actually. Some of the blooms have some of the blooms have semi-double flowers, and some are fully double. And the semi-double flowers are like, the bees are having such a blast right now. Look at these 2 going. So the semi-double, when they open up, they show this bright yellow stamens that really attract the bees, I guess. And the fragrance, oh my goodness, like as soon as I walk closer to this area, I can just smell them. I thought about cutting these guys and making them cut flowers in my vase, but then look at the bees, and they only have like 11 to 12 flowers on the stems this year, and I didn't want to take any away from the bees because they look like they're so happy. A lot of the things, I would say about more than 70-80% of the flowers or plants that I grow in my yard, I grow them for the bees and butterflies. I love to attract pollinators to my yard. Actually, that's the reason why I started a garden in the first place. These yellow poppies, I did not plant them. They're volunteer plants. I don't know where they came from, but they look so lovely, so I just let them stay. So that's it, you guys. These are all the things that are blooming in late spring in my garden. I can't wait for my Victoria, California lilac to come into bloom. This footage right here was taken last year when my Victoria, California lilac was in full bloom. And I think these bees were super happy. So this is something that I have to look forward to in the next week or so. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these beautiful flowers with me today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.